So leasehold, fee simple. I hear these things sometimes and I just have no idea.
So let's say it out loud. Leasehold is not a bad word. Everybody
Not a
always
bad word.
freaks out. So in the world of real estate ownership, there's different variations of ownership, right?
Okay.
You got condominiums, you got residential houses, etc. Leasehold is a variation of ownership that is very attractive because of the entry price.
Oh,
So, for example, we're sitting here at Maui Sands. I've got a foreclosure that way for $89,999, under $90,000,
under 100,000.
on an oceanfront complex here in Maui that is currently vacation rentable.
Under 100,000.
Under 100,000. Well, tell me more, John. Let me tell you. So the interesting thing about leasehold is that you own the building or the unit itself, but you have no ownership in the land itself, right? Typically in condominiums, it's shared ownership with common amenities. But when it comes to leasehold, I own the unit. I don't own the land. So I pick it up for 89,000. Let's say we do a deal. You get it for 80 grand. Well done. You're going to pay about $1,650 a month for the maintenance fees. And then because you don't own the land, you're going to pay rent on the land. That's the lease portion. So here at Maui Sands for a 1-bedroom, it's going to run you about $900. So all in, we're $2,500 a month in fees. Here's the kicker with leasehold though. They all have what's called a surrender date. What does surrender mean?
Give up?
Give it up. So the surrender date is when you are well aware that you could lose the ability to own your unit anymore because there's a surrender date. Now, the surrender date here comes up in 2037. So what are we sitting on right now?
2026.
90,000. I own it for 11 years that I'm aware of, right? Now, things happen as we get close to the surrender date. And what people are most afraid about with leasehold, Danny, is that at the surrender date, this new generation comes in and they want to redevelop the place and you absolutely lose the complex. That is the big trepidation about leasehold. And that absolutely can happen.
One of the options.
That's one of the options. What typically happens if somebody wants to get money out of a leasehold, they'll just sell you what's called the fee. And this is where fee simple comes from. And what fee means is now I own the dirt. Here in Hawaii, typically the dirt is worth equal to the condominium. However, as we get closer to a surrender date, the condominiums become less valuable. So I would say that if somebody's going to sell the fee here and make something fee simple for a 1-bedroom, probably looking $300,000 to $500,000 would be my opinion. I reflect on that because I know right next door to us at Papakea, they have some leaseholds still there, not a lot. And I've seen where 1-bedrooms there, they're willing to sell you the fee for $700,000. So the other thing that could happen, and this is quite common, is they just extend the lease further for you. And you just continue to make those payments and you continue to own it that way until the next surrender date comes out. So they could sell you the fee. That's the quickest way that somebody's going to get money out of it. Because that's the fear. It's like, oh, parents died. Now these kids own it. They want the money. They're going to develop it. It takes you 18 years to find out if you can develop on Maui. That's not the fast track, right? So I feel typically they sell you the fee. The other, just extend it. You continue to own it in the same fashion that you have. The big scary one at the surrender date, you do give it up. That's leasehold in a nutshell.
There it is. So one thing that they often probably see when they're looking online, Johnny, is they see these condos for a lower price. We get a lot of inquiries from Zillow. We get a lot of inquiries on our website. So typically when that's the case, it is a leasehold like this.
It really, really is. I do know of Harbor Lights in Kahului, directly across from the ocean, beautiful views. You can get in there fee simple for $140,000 up to $200,000. Some very nicely done. And the people that want to consider there, I always suggest that, hey, just walk through the complex and see how you feel and then give me a call.
See if you like it. But if you want to get in on Maui, and we've had some clients do it, who they had $200,000 to work with. They wanted to be on Maui. This is where they landed.
Leasehold is amazing for, I'll say, like a retiree that maybe doesn't have heirs, has heirs that don't care about Maui. I mean, this is where you get in cost effectively. If you can continue to make those monthly payments. I mean, Danny had a deal, an oceanfront condo, 1-bedroom should be what, 500,000?
500.
So now you're getting in at 80. but you have to pay these additional fees here. That's the benefit, is the entry price.
So it's a lower upfront cost.
That's right.
That's the
That's
most
huge
appealing part
benefit.
of it.
It is.
Oftentimes, though, your monthly carrying cost
Going to be
is
more
higher
than fee simple.
because you have the lease fee.
Here's a funky thing about fee simple that I have to make a comment on. You typically pay taxes on the land that you don't really own, because I see that pop up when I look at the taxes for this place here.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting thing.
Interesting. So there you have it. Leasehold, what it is, why it's not a bad word, why it could be an option for you. If you have questions, comments, drop them below in this video. Make sure to hit like and subscribe.
Aloha.